What words that are correctly spelled appear incorrect to you? Gauge. 40. I always want to spell it FOURTY. Any word I stare at for more than 30 seconds. Judgment begs for an E in the middle. Segue. Q. For such a civilized word, it's so obnoxious. Kernel. Cancelled. I always think it's a typo because I'm accustomed to writing it as cancelled. Both are correct though. Worcestershire. Wednesday. Indictment. Spatial. Space is spelled with AC. Spacious is spelled with AC. Why the hell is spatial spelled with AT? Conscience. Phlegm. Picnicking. Anything where I is not indeed before E except after C. Diarrhea. I have to say it to myself in Spanish to remember how to spell it correctly. Incorrect correctly spelled appears incorrect. Carburetor. 12th. Restaurateur, not restaurateur. B buses. Onomatopoeia. Separate. I feel like it should be separate. I misspell it almost every time. Refrigerator. Where's the D? Berenstain Bears. My brain insists embarrassed should only have one R. Also can't seem to ever get maintenance right on the first try either. Staticky is an abomination of a word. Exorcise. It never looks right. Grateful. Why not grateful? Worshipping. I'm in the US, where we don't double the P, but it really feels to me like we should. Business. Thief. I always want to switch the I and the E when I write it. Fuchsia. Jewelry. Vacuum. Hallelujah. Buses. Awkward. Rhythm. Backquote threshold backquote I am always missing the first backquote H backquote. Judgment, supersede. Pterodactyl. Yes, I used Siri to spell correctly. Archangel really threw me off for a bit the other day. Naive. Diarrhea. Diarrhea. Runny shit. Tire and curb look really strange to me. Phlegm. Fiery. Why isn't it fiery? The American spellings of things like color, neighbor, check, and all those words they swap the S to AZ. Occasionally always bugs me. I feel like it's missing an I. February. But maybe it's because I spelled it wrong until I was in my teens. I'm shocked that no one noticed. For so long. Especially since they were picky about spelling. Bureaucracy. You don't need that many letters. People. Gauge. Q. I'm not good at spelling, so I don't know what to do. Babby. Pneumono-ultramicroscopic silicovolcanoconiosis. I thought it ended in S. Michigan had odd pronunciations. Boise Blanc being pronounced Bob Lowe is one. A huge tourist destination is Mackinac Island, but the last C is pronounced as a W. Sault Ste. Marie is Sault Ste. Marie. DeQuinter is De Quinter. Lake Orion is Lake Orion. Dowagiac. Ypsilanti. Gratiot. You're getting them wrong if you're not from Michigan. Kernel. Pronounced kernal. Duck. I mean duck. Fuck, I hate autocorrect. Algorithm. Calendar. I always think it's supposed to end with er. Buses. Every time I see it, I think, buses? Wednesday. Shoe. Traveling sounds like it should have two L's to me. I still think maintenance is also spelled funny. Why not maintenance? Diesel. I get it wrong almost every time. If I write out a word multiple times in a row, even saying it in my head or aloud, my brain short circuits and refuses to believe I have said it correctly. I end up Googling the correct spelling and then still being suspicious of my spelling. Edit. I see the comments calling this déjà vu. And now I do remember learning of this phenomenon. A lot of words with IE or A and my brain is just mush. I have to spell it both ways to see which looks less wrong. Weird. Science. Achieve, etc. Also, words that use an S or AZ depending on US or UK spelling. Doesn't help that I live in neither place. Received. When I see color spelt like color. Any of them if I'm tired enough. I once spent 15 minutes trying to figure out why rope didn't look right. Settled on rope because soap was pronounced the same way. And passed out on my keyboard at 4 a.m. I was hella confused when I woke up the next afternoon. Separate. Or is it separate? Definitely. I always want to spell it definitely. Colonel. I need an R. I'm dyslexic, so most of em. The. Not kidding. The. There have been times that I'm staring at that combination of letters and it might as well be a message from aliens. I have no explanation of how it should be spelled. My brain just doesn't like it. Advisor is the actual correct spelling. But advisor looks so much more correct that even some spell checks accept it. Congratulations. I always manage to throw AD in there. Remuneration. Hors d'oeuvres. Minutia. Guarantee. I can never read a rye on the first try. Colonel. Wednesday. Baloney. Receipt. Cancelled. Seems to me that there should be a double L in there. Aging. Guarantee. Guarantee? 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 Fuck. I really don't know. The word misspell. Recommend and accommodate. Why are there differing amounts of C? 12th. Yacht. Absolutely UFCKIN everything. Wednesday. Colonel. February. Separately, definitely, liaise. Any word if I stare at it long enough. Separate. I always feel like it should be separate. The word onomatopoeia. Sorry if anyone takes this personally. The more one reads, the better at spelling one is. Struggling with spellings means words that a person learned by ear, and not by seeing. Any word that I have written over 3 times. Incorrect. Q. Hemorrhoid. I work in healthcare, I chart this a lot. Psychiatrist, psychiatry, psychologist, psychology. I always need autocorrect to spell those. Wednesday. Threshold. It's such an ugly word. Wednesday. Cantaloupe. I have to write it out all the time at work, and it just feels wrong. Vacuum. Refrigerator versus fridge. Why is there no D in refrigerator? Not quite the question, but seldom being an adverb has never sat right with me. Any word I stare at long enough. One major quirk of the English language: if enough people misspell or misuse a word, the language flexes to match. Buses. Q. And every American spelling difference. I'm American, but my 2 4th grade teachers decided to be British for some reason, so I only learned British spelling rules. And now I cry every time I see aluminum. Color. Anything ending with eyes. And fucking gray. Cannot. I just cannot with that word. Calendar. Segue. Vacuum. Only recently did I realize that it's not spelt vacuum.